Hello and welcome back. Today we're talking about encryption in S3 and it's going to be an advanced tutorial. Now let's dive straight into it. All right, let's say you're a user and you would like to upload a file to the S3 service. And here it is. There goes your file. So first things first, we're going to talk about what can happen on the users and on the client's end. So first of all, you can choose to upload the file as is, unencrypted, or you can encrypt it on your end. And that's called client-side encryption. Basically, you're encrypting it before uploading it and you're keeping the key. So it's optional. You don't have to do that, but in some cases you might choose to do that. And the key, note that very important, the key is not sent to the server. You keep the key on your side, so the server has no way of decrypting this file. So there you go. So you can do this either way. You can send the file unencrypted or encrypted. Now, this is client-side encryption if we want to do it. Now we're moving on to this arrow here. So the arrow, the connection itself or this transit can also be encrypted. You can do in-transit encryption using HTTPS or TLS, and we'll talk about more on how that works in a separate tutorial further down in the course when talking about security. But just know that this uploading process itself is usually encrypted too. So there's encryption in flight. So even if you send a file that's not encrypted, you opt out of doing, or you just don't do client-side encryption because it's optional. You just don't even do it. If you send an unencrypted file, usually, well, if you're sending via HTTPS or TLS, yes, it will be encrypted in transit. So it will be protected along the way as it gets to the server. But just remember, that's an important part of the process. Okay, so now we're talking about what happens when it gets to S3. Well, there's 4 types of server-side encryption. Like whatever happens on S3 is called server-side. And this is compulsory. At least one of them will have to be enabled. And the one that's enabled by default is SSE-S3. So this is encryption using keys managed by AWS. It follows the AES 256 standard. And there's no additional cost. It's simple to use, and it'll happen by default. You cannot store a file. There's no option to store files and them not be encrypted in S3. This is the one that'll happen by default. If you choose to change this option, you can choose to one of the other 3. So there's another option called SSE-KMS, where you, instead of using the AWS managed key in S3, you can use the KMS managed key. And what happens here is that you have more control over this key. So the key is stored in AWS KMS, and it gives you fine-grained control and auditing to this key. The next option is SSE-C, which is basically customer or server-side encryption with a customer-provided key. So in this case, you provide the key that is encrypted. The key is not stored on the AWS server. So AWS uses that key to encrypt your data and then it discards the key. So you have a copy of the key on your side and they won't be able to decrypt basically your data even if they wanted to. Now keep in mind that you cannot enable this option. This option cannot be enabled through the console. You can only do this through the command line interface because it's quite an advanced option. And finally, there is a 4th option called DSSE-KMS, which is a dual layer encryption with dual server-side encryption with KMS keys. So it's very similar to SSE-KMS, but it's got 2 keys. 2 separate keys are used to encrypt the data and then encrypt it again. And this is in order to comply with FIPS, basically Federal Information Processing Standards. In some industries, you may need to use this option. So there we go. That's the types of encryption. Remember, there's 3 main steps or main parts of this process. Client-side encryption, which is optional, is in-transit encryption, which happens automatically if you use HTTPS or TLS. There's server-side encryption, which is compulsory, and you have one of these 4 options. This one is enabled by default, and we talked about the specifics of each one. So there we go. Here's a quick summary of what we discussed, and I look forward to seeing you back here next time. Until then, enjoy the cloud.